Right, guys. I'm just doing one last video today because I think I've killed my fish, and I'm really sorry that this has happened. Uh, oh God, don't know what I've done, and this is as live as it could be. Um, as you know, I've had my fish, and people have been suggesting put salt in, and I've put in this 40 litre tub, about 40 grams of salt. Done the same in the big jar as well as got that um, acrylamide in heaters and all that sort of thing. Um, I think I've killed my fish though. Um, I don't know if they could have been saved. I don't know if it's my fault, and I'm really upset about it, guys. I got some like finish 99% salt, like some people said on Facebook. Put some of it in, diluted it, and I think both fish are dead. Just to show you the tanks. That's the tank that I've got a heater in, and the bubbler was going off. And then over here, I just don't know. Maybe the salt I put in has done damage. Maybe you're supposed to only bath them for a short period, but unfortunately they've passed. Um, and I've killed my fish, I think. Um, I never thought I'd feel this guilty, you know, over this whole saga. All my fish are dead, basically, all of them. All down to a heron infected them. I've tried my best to cure them. I thought there was a chance I could save them. Um, the little fish has died, and the big one basically was getting sucked up by the pump, and he's gone as well. Let me just show you. I know this is not nice to see. Um, this guy here, I didn't know when he would go. I put salt in. I don't know if the salt's killed them. I put in here. This is about 450 litres in here, and I put in about the equivalent of 400 grams. And in here, which there's about 40 litres there, about 40 grams. I don't know if the salt's killed them. It wasn't a strong bath. I wouldn't consider it a strong bath, but people have been saying put salt in, use salt. I'm not convinced it was a good idea. Because on here you can see he's ruptured there. So I don't know what's happened. And as for this guy, look how bad he is. I think maybe I was just fighting a losing battle, guys. I showed these images to Vince, Twisted Koi. He says, I don't think they're gonna survive. This guy was my favourite. He came to me quite often, was the first to come up, even though the others were timid for food. And this stuff on him, just he's just too badly infected, I think. I'm really gutted though, because I can't help thinking it's my fault, this, and I'm really upset about it. Um, have me putting salt in killed these fish? I don't know. And if I have, it's probably quick, I suppose. God's sake. The damage is extensive on him in terms of how he was attacked by that fucking heron. Poor thing. Feel really sorry for him. Um, so, out of 5 fish, guys, they're all dead. Everyone. Because of a heron decided he wanted to take my fish. And I just left them outside temporarily. And that's the result of these herons. If you're watching this, make sure you get yourself a net and protect your fish from these damn herons, because they seem to just want to attack fish for fun. Do you guys think this was quick? Do you think he passed quickly when I put the salt in? And can salt kill your fish? Can too much salt kill your fish? Or do you think I didn't put enough in to kill my fish? I measured the amount that I put in on a weighing scale. So the litres in this mini pool is about 450 litres. That's approximately what it'll hold. And I put 400 grams of salt diluted into water, put it in here, and is it just a coincidence he's passed or not? I don't know. But, he's really bad. The damage is horrendous. Last thing I needed late at night. So, I don't know what's happened to him. But he's passed. And as for the other one, I thought he was actually getting better. But there's a massive hole in his side there. I think the salt might have killed him. Would he have survived if I'd not put the salt in? I don't know. But he's gone. I'm really sorry, little fishy. I tried my best, but you were just too badly damaged by that damn heron on the top. So it's a sad day. The reason I decided to come on live now is just let you guys who are concerned to know what's happened. So out of 5 fish, they're all dead. All my fish gone, just like that. Peter Puddle's koi and goldfish. Sad day, mate, but but think it's for the best, he says. Do you think there was a chance, Peter, that these fish could have recovered, even if I'd not put the salt in? I don't know, honestly. The reason I put the salt in was people were saying on Facebook, if you put the salt in, they'll recover. So I'll just lay him down there and turn it over. So guys, that's it really. I hope these live streams have been helpful for people in order to, I guess, realise how dangerous these herons can be to your fish. I never really hated herons before this, if I'm honest with you, but now I can't stand them. And I'm someone that respects wildlife and does wildlife photography and that sort of thing. But herons are something I just hate really. Um, Basically, 5 healthy fish that I put in a temporary pool, ready for a new home to be rebuilt, have all passed because a heron decided to try his luck. I did want to do a bit of an update on the goldfish guys that I've got in the small pond that I've shown you before. Their behaviour is very, very concerning. Why do I say that? Well, I've seen the shabunkin in the pond, and when I approached it, it went swimming around at super speed, and then got back to the safety of the fish cave I built. I'm starting to get the feeling that the heron has been there a few times, because the behaviour wasn't like that prior to the heron coming. I'm thinking that their behaviour is a lot different to what it was before, and I have a funny feeling the heron's been there a few times trying to bother them. Um, it might be worthwhile putting a net over the small pond as well. But I'm really sort of gutted over the things that I've done. There has been a few comments. I think lately there was a person who was saying something along the lines of, "My God, what a crap show," something like that. When I showed the heron footage by someone, I don't know what they were trying to say there. Whether they're having a go at for me because of what happened, I don't know. So that's the end result, guys, of the fish. To be honest with you, in my mind, I didn't think they would recover, if I'm honest with you. Um, but I put the salt in based on someone's advice on Facebook, on the DIY Facebook forum, Facebook group. I think it's the DIY and Koi Facebook group, based on someone's advice, and put salt in. Basically, I got some salt that you put in the dishwasher, which is 99% pure salt, and I diluted it in hot water and put the equivalent of 40 grams into this tank that holds about 40 litres, and in the big pool about 400 grams in a pool that can hold about 450 litres or 400 litres, something like that. I think Lee from Japanese Koi and Garden Shop in Nottingham was saying add the equivalent of 1,000 grams of salt for every 1,000 litres you've got. But I didn't think it would kill my fish like this. So it is what it is. Some people say it's my fault, you know, because of the situation and the circumstances. But ultimately, the heron is what did the damage, not really what I've done, I think. But let me know in the comments. Do you think putting the salt has killed them? Pushed them over the edge? I don't know. There was surviving, and I thought the small one was doing okay, but I don't know. The salt seems to have, you know, eaten him away almost. If you look here, there's a massive hole there where the rib cage was. Now, is that what salt would do? I don't know. So yeah, they've all passed. I've dug a hole in the garden where the other 3 have died, and I'll put them in together, so at least they're close by the pond. But unfortunately, due to that heron attack, All my fish have succumbed to some injury of some shape or form. The butterfly koi, I believe, was immobilized by the heron in the spine, so that's why they couldn't swim. And I think the other three have just succumbed to their injuries, basically. I've tried to use multiple doses of the acrylic thing. What do you call it? I'll just show you the bottle. That's the bottle, guys. Um, and I think I've tried 3 times. Um, some people are saying I should have tried the formalin stuff or the Charlotte stuff that Cockney Koi make instead. I don't know if that would have made a difference. Um, but I did get an email from Twisted Koi who seemed to think the fish were not savable. So I put the salt in and it seems to have killed them really. Prior to putting the salt in, they were alive. Anyway, that's a sad day. Just wanted to do a bit of a live stream just to talk about it, let you know what happened. I don't know what to think really, I'll say. Um, but at least thanks for Peter for saying the kind message that you've left there. This has been going on for the best part of a week, hasn't it? And I've done various live streams to show you updates of the fish. But in the end, I just think the injuries and what the thing is, we don't know what horrible bacteria is in a heron's mouth, do we? And God knows what that thing was doing to my fish. I do want to say a big thank you for everyone that has been supportive in the videos I've uploaded. Someone said one disrespectful comment, as I remember, he's got time to do a video rather than save his fish. Well, there was nothing I could have done to save the fish when they'd already been attacked. Did I do a video about it to showcase the damage? Of course. I think it's important that people see the damage. But one thing I have learned in this, how invaluable are fish caves. Now, I know I had a discussion with Vince and a few of his friends on one of his live streams, and he didn't put much faith in fish caves because sometimes they can hold bacteria and muck. However, if you want to protect your fish and your pond is not that deep, I highly recommend you build a fish cave. My small pond, while the fish are erratic and seem to be swimming around like they're scared out of their minds whenever they see something come close to the top of the pond, they swim to the safety of that fish cave that I built. And you know what? I believe if I've not built a fish cave in the small pond, I'm pretty sure the herring would have killed all of those goldfish that are actually in it. There was 3. I've only seen 2, but 2 is better than none, innit? Peter Puddles Koi and Goldfish says, rebuild and learn from it, mate. Even seen people put electric fences around them to protect the pond. Yeah, you can get those water sprayers. Apparently, some people rave about them and think they're pretty good. I think ultimately, having a deep pond is the answer, really. I believe if your pond is 2 feet or deeper, your herring won't be able to get to your fish because they might be able to get hold of 1 or 2 of your fish, maybe, possibly, if it was stalking them and did it by surprise. But but the maximum depth these herons can get to is 2 feet. So as long as you're below 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet, your fish should be all right, I think. Um, I did leave a comment for that guy that does um, those sorry, I'm losing my school of thought here really. Um, is it I can't remember the name, but is it GRP lining or something like that? He does fiberglass ponds, and he has a YouTube channel, right? And I said to him, any advice regarding herons? He said to like get rid of them, and he said it would be illegal to do anything, like hinting, I'm sure there's people out there who have probably killed herons, but not told anyone about it and hid the bodies. I'm pretty sure there'd be people out there that have done that, even if it is illegal. Because you could say it's illegal to kill someone, but people still get killed, don't they? So this is the end of the story, guys. I know some of you guys have been watching and commenting and being quite supportive and saying stuff and that sort of thing. And I did want to say a big thank you to those that have been, so I suppose, kind, you know, and giving me the benefit of your advice. The only thing I'm sort of, I don't know, if the salt has killed the fish, I think it was quick. At least that would be some saving grace. But yeah, I've been listening to these people on Facebook, and a lot of people have been saying use salt, use salt. Now I don't know if they meant put the fish in a bath of salt for a short period, or put salt in the the container or the pond like on a permanent basis. I don't know. They were never that clear about it. Um, but I think the next thing to do is to bury the fish. You know, at least I don't want any birds coming around and flying off with the dead bodies, because that does happen. Um, and there you go. Again, Peter, thanks for your kind messages. Um, I know, Peter, you're going through some issues, and I hope you get through them. Um, a sad day, that's what it is. If you're wondering what I've been doing, I've basically been putting the spillway on the new the new filter I'm working on, the planter box, putting the smaller spillway on, and been putting epoxy and some fiberglass around it, and I just need to seal it properly. Put one last coat on, and it should be watertight then, and then get some baskets that'll fit in it, and then obviously get the pond sort of finished. Obviously I've got weekend off, so I can spend some time on it. But yeah, a bit of a sad day, guys. Um, so if you've just come on, all 5 of my fish are dead due to an attack by a heron, and that's it really. So for those of you that have come on, just want to say thank you for keeping an update on what I've been doing and how things have been going. And there you go. A heron can get to a fish in a 4 foot deep pond if you have a shelf it can stand on. Didn't know that. Oliver Skinner. That's another commenter on the stream. I suppose the only solution is a net, really, isn't it? But the thing is, nets are not nice on ponds, are they? And they're a bit unsightly. Even when I had the net round the back of the pond where the leaves were getting in, I didn't really like having it there. But You know, I saw a video recently where a fish got eaten by a heron, and there was no sort of net on there. Um, Oliver says, no, but you've got to have one, I guess. What's that, a shelf? Um, to a fishing net, 40. Oh, I see what it means. You've got to have a net. Sorry. Yeah. Um, a lot of people have got nets, and a lot of people go the fishing line route. I don't know if you've seen those sprinkler things you can get that got a sensor on, and they have a battery and they're connected up to your hose pipe, and anything comes along, it sort of sprays them. The only thing with that is it sort of gets any sort of wildlife, not just herons, you know. 'Cause I think most people don't mind having small birds like robins come to the pond, but they don't want the herons coming there, do they? Maybe a solution to that is to have a net that's got large holes where small birds can get in, but large birds can't, you know. Um, but yeah, it's a bit of a sad day. Oliver, I put some salt in today, you see, in the small tank and the large pool, and I think I may have inadvertently killed the fish off actually. No one said really how long you're supposed to put the salt in, but I was under the impression if you put in the equivalent of 1,000 grams for every 1,000 liters you have, um, it should be fine. So I put 40 grams in the tub, and that's 40 liters in there, obviously, because an 80-liter tub. And in the large pool we got in the garage, it's about 450 liters. So I put 400 grams in. I weighed it basically to make sure it was that, and for some reason the fish have just passed. I don't know if the salt pushed them over the edge or killed them, basically. There's a large hole in the small fish in the side where you can feel his ribs. I don't know how that's happened. Um, but I don't know, don't know what I've done really. Maybe I shouldn't have put the salt in at all. But I did that based on people's advice on the Facebook groups. Um, so I don't know if that's something I've done. I don't think salt's a good idea, to be honest with you. Um, but other people swear by it. I just don't know if I've inadvertently done damage that I shouldn't have done. I used the type of salt I used was something called Finnish dishwasher salt. Someone said that as long as it says it's 99% pure, it should be okay and fine to use. So what I did is I like crushed it up and then put it in some boiling water and dissolved it and then put it in the pools and the tank, you know. But I don't know what else I can really say. It's been going on for some time, this video now. But I just wanted to give you guys an update on what happened. So I'll leave it there. Thank you for watching and being patient with me rambling about it. But it's been a sad day. Yeah, they were heavily infected, Oliver. I tried wiping the fungus off the small fish with a Q-tip. Someone said, "Can't you just wipe it off?" And I tried, but it was like glued to the skin, and I didn't. I felt the more I tried, the more I could damage the fish, if you know what I mean, making things 10 times worse. Um, Yeah, I used this medicine, this stuff here. It's called Pond Medic acrophilin 1%. It says on the bottle, an effective treatment for fin, tail, and mouth rot, including ulcers, bacterial and fungal infections. So I put the equivalent in that was needed for the various volumes of water I've got. Unfortunately, it didn't work. Well, not for these fish anyway. So there you go, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Um, all the fish have passed. Um, Oliver, yeah, you know, the one thing that really bothers me about this is I feel guilty, for putting them in that position of where they could get attacked and killed. I know you probably think it's only fish, or many people may only think, oh, it's only fish. What you crying about? It's not like it's a dog or a cat, or even a child or something. But I don't think people get it, do they? They don't get looking after fish and the joys of having fish. Um, Let me show you something a bit more positive, so you guys can have a little something to look at that's a bit more than me ranting and raving. So here's the filter box, by the way. I've just been, if I get my light, let me just show you something. Right, got my light on. So here I've been basically doing the epoxy on the actual spillway, and basically I've siliconed it in and epoxied it all the way around it. It looks a bit of a mess now, but I'll tidy that up later on, to give this an absolute solid seal. And also fiberglassed it. So this is basically the epoxy acted like a glassy material, and strengthened it and sealed it. That should be completely waterproof now. There's no way water's going to penetrate that. So let me just show you the fish. These are my pride and joy, which I keep indoors. So you can see my nice 3 goldfish, Shabunkan and 2 comet goldfish. I've had them now for quite a few years now, and they're swimming around, eating food, having fun, and hopefully it's a bit more positive seeing these fish swimming around. Been in here a long time. So that's the Shabunkan and 2 comet fish. Bit dark in here, isn't it? So that's more or less what's happened. So Peter says I have hydrogenated salt for pond. I think that's what it's called. Pond salt can be bought in 10 kilogram bags and larger. I hear this a lot, but as far as I'm aware, even normal salt is good enough. But the salt I got was based on someone's recommendation. Said if I use the Finnish dishwasher salt, that's 99% pure salt. That should be fine to use. So obviously I've put it in based on someone's advice, and I don't know if this stuff kills your fish, if I'm honest with you. And maybe that guy that gave me that advice was talking out of his ass. And if I find out who that person is called, I'll put it in the comments so you know who said that. But you know, I picked up a 2 kilogram box from Morrison's, and I basically diluted it in some boiling water and then added it to the pond in both instances. So that's what I did. So anyway, I'll call it a day. Just want to say thank you for people's nice comments, and it's a sad day. Take care, guys. Have a nice day or a nice night, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.